Hi, Gregg Perry here with a beautiful Dublin clock with a cushion top. This is the third quarter of the 18th century. Beautiful mahogany, beautiful crotch down on the lower turtle and the front door. We have a silvered chapter ring and a highly engraved surface on side, and our spandrels are covered in 23 karat gold. We have the green man on the cushion. These are very rare clocks. And we have a rocaille shell on the top flanked by two floral rosettes. But what we're going to talk about today is how to set a tall case clock up and what we typically do. So we got this guy running right now. This is an 8-day bell strike movement. This movement was actually made in Liverpool and sold in kit form to the maker. The name is Patrick Boyton in Dublin, Ireland. Okay, we're going to continue on with how do you set a tall case clock up. First, you bring the case, the trunk, you set it here. You take a level, you level the side, you level the front. When it is in level, if you need shims, you're going to shim up underneath. We want to, here it's part and parcel on a carpet. You probably want to shim the back, okay? So we want to make sure that pendulum does not drag on the back also. So when we are plumbed, this clock is in good order, okay? And if there's a chance of any flexing in the floor, a lot of high trafficked areas, we may want to affix this clock to the wall with standard faux. A lot of these clocks you'll see 5, 10, 15 different screw and nail holes looking through the backboard into the wall in these 18th century masterpieces. So once the trunk is level, and if you choose to adhere to the wall, that's fine, okay? We're not taking the hood off today, but we're assuming the hood is off. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to take the movement by taking the seat board. Never grip by the dial, because the dials generally hold on by 4 or 5 posts. They're peened over, and by doing that, eventually the dial is going to come loose, either from the movement, the front plate of the movement, or from the dial itself. So always hold by the seat board. Put it on top and regulate it. Try to get it in the center of the uprights of the case sides, okay? The next thing I like to do is I put the pendulum on. I take the pendulum, I put it with the hood off again, I hook the pendulum on. Now, a lot of these movements you have to be very careful are front heavy. And I've seen too many people put the movement on there, they get it to where they want, they walk away to get the pendulum, before you know it, it's tumbling down and we have a major restoration on our hands. So none of that. So movement, we end up putting the pendulum on, and it's stable right now. So what we want to see, we want to make sure that our pendulum, in its vibration, aka swing, is not scraping the backboard. So we can regulate the mechanism by pulling it to and front. But also in the same token, we want to put the hood on now, and we want to see where the hood fits. Is it covering an equal amount of overlap on the mask, as a mask on the dial? Okay, so two things going on. We don't want our pendulum abrading the backboard, and it's going to stop the clock, and we want to have the dial right in the center of the face here, of the face of the clock, the door of the clock. Once we do that, then we can put our weights on, and the clock is planted. Typically, these clocks never had screws through the seat board or nails to hold the mechanism in. So, and it's not a good way to carry a tall case clock under your arm with the movement. I've seen movements fall as the nails would come out, and again, another big restoration. So always have the movement just freestanding and put it up there. So never adhere it to the clock.